welcome to Around the Way Gardeners. My name is Latanya. If you're new here, I'm so happy to have you joining us. We were totally supposed to do a video for our front yard landscaping series, but it is way too hot, you guys. There's a heat advisory, so we decided to take a trip out of state and spend a day at the beach. And we did, and we were cool, and it was lovely, but we didn't want to leave you guys hanging. So we're going to give you our garden update. We have not showed you the garden and everything that's happening. And although everything that we wanted to blossom and bloom did not happen and a lot of things failed, we're still very proud of some of the things that we do have going on here. So I'm going to shut up now and get into the tour. So let's start over here in this small bed that I've planted some eggplant. I companion planted a few things in here. I have like some basil, some bush beans, some nasturtiums. But this is what I'm most excited about, the blooming of a flower. That means that we're going to be getting some eggplant. And eggplant can be very tricky. It takes a while before you see those flowers bloom, but they do come around and then they speed up. So I'm really happy about this because we really need a win in the garden this year, guys. We have had so many letdowns and disappointments. So hooray for these little eggplant flowers. And we are going to pray that we actually get some vegetables out of here. Speaking of a win, let's get right into the zinnias. Look how beautiful they are. You guys, I did not have a plan for flowers this year. I've never grown flowers from seed before. This is the first year and I didn't have a plan. And these things are in the back of the house, just growing wild. But I'm so excited. I really feel like a gardener. They look so beautiful and they grow tall and wild. I grew marigolds and zinnias, dahlias, cosmos, nasturtiums. I even grew my own petunias, which I'll show you a little bit later. Where I failed with cucumbers and squash, I totally made up with flowers, you guys. Like green thumb all the way when it comes to these beauties. This is the spot where there should be zucchini and squash, but I think that they got diseased. I don't know if the soil was bad, if it was the cucumber beetles, but those things would not grow. It looked like they were taking off, and then every leaf that came out just was brown and withering away, and it was so sad. So I pulled them out, but I do still have these jalapenos I've been harvesting throughout this season, which is great. And I planted some cauliflower seeds here for the fall, so I'm excited to see what happens with that. And I do have to cover it because these little pests are awful this year. I know it's a part of nature, so I'm not sweating it too much. We are at the liberty of, the environment that we are in, and it's but so much that we can do. So I'm not too bummed. I'm happy for all the food that I do have. Moving right on to the tomatoes. This is a beefsteak tomato. I think I only grow 2 or 3 or maybe just 1 or 2 plants. There's some romans over here. Tomatoes are melting my heart, you guys. I'm so happy. I thought that I grew too much. But I'm ecstatic because I'm going to can these, and look at the little cherry tomatoes. They are turning red. I am so excited to eat these guys. I grew mostly cherry tomatoes and I'm happy about it because I eat salad every day, and I also use these cherry tomatoes in all types of other things. So I'm so grateful to see them all coming in. They have the support. I also have some basil, which I thought I would have to replant. But I actually did add some additional seeds, but I just keep popping off the tops of this basil and it just keeps giving. So I am so happy about that. I think I did proper companion planting in this bed here with the basil and the marigolds, and I have some parsley in here, and the tomatoes, because I did not have a lot of pest issues or drainage problems So I'm happy. And now let's move on to this little bed in the corner that I decided to plant and dedicate for flowers for the pollinators. And I again guys, I did not have a plan when it came to flowers. I kind of just put seeds in the ground and they grew. And so I took a lot of different types of seedlings, bachelor buttons, my zinnias, cosmos, marigolds, and I threw them over here in this bed with no real intention of them ever growing. Here's my petunias that I grew from seed. I'm so happy about these. Now that I know that I can grow them from seed, I'm going to grow them in pots and save so much money next year. I have nasturtiums in here. And this is just, the pollinators really love this, guys. And here's another thing that I'm so proud of and happy about is this pumpkin plant. Ah, look at this. This is so luscious. Let me move back because I want you guys to really see how tall it is. I trained it to go up the trellis, and I love looking out the window every morning because all the flowers are open and the bees are going crazy. There's actually a bee around it now. So I tend to stay away from it, but I want you guys to see that the females are finally here. That means that those are the pumpkins. And this is little pumpkins. So I believe that they're like little jack-o'-lantern pumpkins, if I am correct. And I really hope that this works out. The cucumber beetles have been pestering around here, but there's not a lot. If I do catch them, I pick them off and I'm able to spray with the neem oil, and it seems like it's helping. So I would be so heartbroken if it didn't, if the fruit didn't, like, you know, if we didn't get fruit from this beautiful pumpkin vine in the fall. I'm so looking forward to it. I'm going to put like hay in these beds, and I hope to have sunflowers and pumpkins, and I thought I would have squash and zucchini, but that did not work out. So yes, I feel really, really excited about pumpkins. I've never grown them before. I have a little backup one here just in case. Um, and then I don't know what these beets are doing over here, guys. They've been in there, and I can see, like, if I get really closely, I can see a beet like trying to come up. So I'm just gonna leave them here. I don't know what to do with beets. I'll have to do some more investigating. Like, I just have to educate myself further on root crops so that I could be more successful next year. Yeah, this is my cucumber fail over here. Um, Breaks my heart, even over here as well. I'm so sad. I did have a chance to harvest a couple cucumbers from each vine before it kind of just dies off and dries up. Like, you can see this one, it'll probably grow to its maturity, but then I don't know how much more we'd get from it. And it's not a lack of pollinators because I do see the bees over here often. I did plant another round of cucumber seeds about a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago. And it's time to pull out the peas, so they should pretty much be growing in. But as you can see, one is growing in here. I also planted some carrots. I don't know if you've seen that in my last video, but they are coming in nicely. And this time I kind of didn't go crazy and plant so many seeds. I planted just enough because spacing was a big issue. I have the carrots that I planted in the spring here, and I don't want to pull them out just yet because I'm afraid they're not going to grow to their potential. But then I have pulled some out and see that they were in space properly. So there's like a bunch of roots, so they're not growing as big as they are supposed to. So I'm just going to give them a few more weeks. I may have to take these out now because you can see they're really like ready, and the stems are really long. And here's more tomatoes, just lots of aromas. I am so tired, you guys. I'm so sorry that I'm just like, I don't have a lot of enthusiasm in my voice. It is really hot today, and the beach is exhausting and relaxing at the same time. It's a very interesting feeling, to say the least. I did want to show you this heirloom tomato that was gifted to me. It's one of three, and this is a blackberry wine heirloom tomato. And I planted this tomato pretty late in the season, and I wasn't sure if it was going to have time to reach its full potential, but it looks like it's right on time. So I'm actually so interested to see what it actually looks like, more than what it tastes like, to be honest with you. Well, I think I want to know what it tastes like too, but I planted so many tomatoes here, you guys. I think we have about 20 tomato plants, and I gave away quite a few as well. I'm really excited about it. I feel like I just can't have enough, especially because we do intend to jar. I realized that I grew a few pole beans back on this wall and totally forgot to put a support in for them. So I'm just going to go in and put some rope for now, so that they're not, kind of dangling all over the rest of the bed here. And hopefully, when it cools off in a few days, I'll come in and really like put the support that they need, because I know they're definitely going to outgrow this back wall. All right, you guys, so I am going to wrap this video up. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you hanging out with me. I hope you got something from the video. I hope that you were inspired. I hope that you get out in your garden in the evening, or when it's cool, or first thing in the morning. Is pretty much the best time to be out when the weather is bad. I hope you have better weather in your area than we do here, but the plants seem to love it. As long as they have enough water, they are really enjoying this sun and the humidity. They're thriving and booming. Okay, guys, so see you guys next time. Thank you so much again for being here. I hope you enjoy your week. Stay cool, God bless, and happy growing.